This is TWiT.
Amazon is building a live audio business.
More competition. Or maybe they can buy you.
Darn it. Oh, yes. I love Amazon.
Would you like to work for Amazon, Leo?
Amazon's efforts, which are led by Amazon's music division, include paying podcast networks, musicians, and celebrities to use
You're a celebrity.
Their Clubhouse-like feature for live conversation shows and events.
They own Twitch.
Yeah, they own Twitch, but they're doing it through Amazon Music, which is interesting. Here's my opinion on all this, because Spotify's even bigger. But I think it's... So it was funny, we were talking about music exclusives, which was all the rage for a while. Remember, Apple had all these, Taylor Swift's album released on Apple first. And what the record labels and the artists realized
Tidal was the other one.
Yeah, Tidal did it. They realized it's a terrible business model. If you're releasing an album, it is far better for you to release it everywhere than to release it on an exclusive platform, at least even for a short period of time. It cuts into sales.
Yep.
And it's always been my opinion that if we are a podcast that wants to reach as many people as possible, it'd be nuts for us to say, oh, yeah, we'll give an exclusive to Amazon or Spotify or anybody else. However, if Amazon wants to give me a lot of money, all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Hypothetical.
Did you say you want to retire from Amazon?
Look, Amazon's not a big spender. They bought Wondery for a mere $300 million. We'd cost at least twice that. But I'm willing to deal. It's hysterical. Clubhouse said Sunday users create over 700,000 live audio rooms every day. Who cares?
I have not touched it.
Who cares?
I was just talking to somebody today. You remember Clubhouse?
Who cares?
Wasn't that going to take over the world?
Yeah.
I've joined in on maybe 2, but I get a gazillion notifications for it because for the longest I didn't even know they had an Android version of the app.
They didn't for a long time.
So their success is what's really stimulating all this activity. Everybody's saying, oh, there's this lag between...
Pivot to live, pivot to something, to something.
So now everybody's doing live. So Spotify bought a company called Betty Labs, which has an app called Locker Room, which is kind of like Clubhouse for live audio. And they launched
that
with
is a terrible name.
Locker Room. I know. Let's all go into the locker room. That's why
I would never join that.
That's why they renamed it Green Room. Now how do you feel?
Better.
Yeah. Twitter rolled out ticketed live audio events for its Spaces feature this week. Facebook launched earlier this year a live audio app called Live Audio Rooms, which is an even worse name. You can LARP and LAR. Discord has the stage channel. We've been using Discord for live audio. And now by the way, I should mention, if you're a member of Club TWiT, we are also doing video. Oh, we're not. Can you turn on the video now? Because I guess we didn't have it with Craig was occupying that machine. Yeah. So, but going forward, unless we have 4 hosts, we'll be having. We've always had the stage, which is live audio, and we still have we have a stage up right now. There's only like 8 people in there, including me and you, and so really. There's only 5 people in there. Somebody just ran out. But the thing about video is we're limited to 25. But as I point out, maybe we don't need more than 25. And you can. What's nice is you can be in the live video and watching the video, and then if you go, at least on my machine, if you go into this chat room, it'll keep a picture-in-picture of the video going. So I think that's going to become a very nice way for people to watch. And chat at the same time. But Discord has a limit on the size. Telegram.
So we're going to watch them watching us?
We don't have to watch them, but we could. And actually, I was actually inspired a little bit by what our friend Alex Lindsay, who is one of the hosts on MacBreak Weekly, does with something called Office Hours. They stream all the time. I think this is a new medium I'm very excited about, where you have a live presentation going on, but you have multiple other video streams. Everybody's used to this now because of Zoom, right?
Right.
So you have multiple other video streams, and people can ask questions or kibitz. He does cooking shows where somebody's a teacher, And then there are other people cooking. You see them in their kitchen doing the same thing, and they're going, "Am I chopping this right?" And I think I did this a couple of weeks ago with Philip Elmer DeWitt. He had a bunch of Apple investors subscriber to his website PED30, and they were asking questions. It was like, I think it's an interesting format. So I do think there's something there. It's a kind of and I think it's happened because we all got used to the idea of Zoom meetings, and it's just a broadcast Zoom meeting in effect.
What I like with
it.
him versus, say, the Twitter Spaces, is that what it's called on Twitter Spaces? With office hours, because I've dropped in on it several times here, not recently. He has a bit of a voting system as far as what the audience interaction is.
Right.
People
he has
ask
a very
questions.
complicated system, yeah.
You know, people ask questions and it gets voted up because we don't want it to be just, hey, well, what mic are you using? You know.
Yeah, he's very. Like Alex is kind of a fascist, so he likes to really control it.
It's not a democracy there.
No,
are you saying it's just not a democracy?
No.
Oh no, he runs a tight ship, and I dig it.
I dig
works
it too.
Out well.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more
go
loosey goosey, despite what Jeff says.
No, you're not. You don't allow democracy.
When I go into Twitter Spaces, because I get a gazillion notifications about some space
it's too crazy
that I should join, it's always people talking over each other and mutes or dogs and cats yelling in the background. It's just not a good experience. But what he's done is pretty much just done a little trial and error and figured out, okay, we can really make this work with Zoom and using, I believe it's called Mukana. And it does make for a really good experience.
Yeah. I found that, and for instance, we've got the video now working in our video Discord. People they mute their mics. They're not, I don't think you need to have too elaborate of a system.
They're not savages.
They're not savages. And so here, John, show it, because I have it on the screen now. So if you go in, unfortunately, it's going to immediately go to the screen, and then it'll go to the screen and the screen and the screen. And the screen. But you get the idea. And if I go into chat, we'll get a picture-in-picture that stays there, so people could be watching the show and chatting.
That's cool.
I think that's pretty neat. I think that eventually we're going to use more of this, but I can see why there's some ferment going on. Telegram just announced today that you can effectively do a television station on Telegram.
What?
They uncapped. They had a cap of, I think, 1,000 live viewers. I don't know how they can afford this, but they basically said, no, I'm limited with the Telegram version 8. You can stream live to an unlimited number of people. They've eliminated the limit. So you can do voice channel. They say Clubhouse style voice channels with support for millions of live listeners, but you can even do video now. We're actually investigating. I'd like to investigate how to do that as well. So I think this is something that's happening all of a sudden. And I don't think the Clubhouse model is necessarily the model, but I can see why everybody's trying to kind of get in on this while they can.
I've been
if you're the platform that. Go ahead, Ant.
No, I was just gonna say I've been in Clubhouse rooms or whatever based on stuff that interests me, and they've been okay for the most part. It's not a lot of arguing or bickering. It's just a lot of shared information. Then there's a couple times you go in there and it's just a sales pitch, and I hope that that's not what all of these things are going to turn into. It's just another room full of sales pitches.
No, but I think that's...
Marketing takes over everything.
Yeah. I mean, that's happened in podcasting too, but it's kind of, it washes itself out, and you can choose what you want to watch. And that's why I hope people like what we do, because it's not, we've got a certain quality to it. We're not doing marketing here. We're not shilling for anything. So anyway, I mean, I think this is, it's fun to watch this shifting media. It really is. And Amazon says, hey, we should do that too.